My name is Choma Innocent, and it's time for another enlightening episode of the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. As usual, I'm not alone in the studios, but I don't just have my analyst today. I also have my co-host. How are you doing today? Tell us your name.
My name is Amina Ojelabi.
And how are you doing today? Welcome to the recap.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Amina, how's your weekend been? How has your weekend been?
Good, fine.
All right, great to have you here. And of course, I have Mr. Peter Anoske right here in the building. I will be introducing him shortly. As always, the recap is that program where we discuss and analyze issues that made the major headlines during the week. And of course, I will be giving you a rundown of these different issues before we get into the crux of the matter. My name is Choma Innocent. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the recap has just begun. We'll be looking at Tinubu's government mismanaging taxes. This is according to Oyedele, the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. And from there, we'll be looking at the Port Harcourt Refinery's petrol price higher than Dangote's by 75 naira per litre. This is according to Petron, that is the Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria. They're saying, look, Dangote Refinery is selling lower than this new Port Harcourt refinery. This is a national refinery. How can they be selling to us higher? There is a new development on that issue, and we'll take it when we get to that topic. And of course, we'll be looking at Otumba Segun Showumi, former spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar's campaign, saying that the PDP must let Wike go. And no matter what they're scared of, it will not happen. Let Wike go, nothing will happen. Segun Showumi calls to reshape the PDP. And of course, we'll also be looking at fabricated figures. NLC tackles NBS on unemployment rate report. Rather, the Nigerian Labour Congress is challenging some aspects of a report released by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), which said that the unemployment rate in the country has dropped drastically. And the NLC is saying, look, don't lie to Nigerians. And finally, we'll be looking at Simon Ekpa to spend Christmas in prison. This is a rundown of the topics which we'll be discussing today. So join us right here on the recap. We want to hear from you. My name is Choma Innocent. Of course, Amina is in the building. And we have Mr. Peter Anosike for the analysis segment. Thank you for joining us and good evening.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, I hope you're having a happy weekend. Nigerians all over the world, I hope you're having a very wonderful weekend as well. Don't forget that we're streaming live on YouTube. All you need to do is head on over to the search bar and head on over to YouTube and type into the search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can get to watch us live and direct, can get to see what's going on right here in the studios. My name is Choma Innocent. It's about that time. Let's begin. All right, then. Don't forget that at exactly 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open so that we can take your calls, your messages, your suggestions, your opinions on everything which we will be discussing today. All right, Mr. Peter Onosike, the federal government has been accused of mismanaging over 60 different kinds of taxes and levies collected from across the country. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, made these allegations during the week. This was during a Senate plenary session on Wednesday. He claimed that despite collecting over 60 taxes and levies, the government has little to show for it. Now, of course, there was a 10th Senate session. Lawmakers protested that they don't want FIRS chairman and his consultants to come into the Senate. It is a breach of procedure. They were supposed to come in there to actually explain what the tax reform bill entailed. It was during this issue of the tax reform bill that the chairman of the Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms made the statement. 60 taxes and levies on Nigerian individuals and businesses across board. Is that not too much?
Well, it is good that it is a member of the head of the presidential tax team that said it, not somebody in the opposition. Because if it's somebody in the opposition, they will say he is making noise or he is envious of the government. For me, I keep on saying it that if not that my taxes are being deducted from the source, I wouldn't pay tax for this government. It's not now that I started saying it.
But as an individual, you are supposed to pay your tax as part of your responsibility.
But
as a
when
citizen.
the same government is telling you that it is being mismanaged, how can you keep on feeding that's a basket? When you are pouring water inside a basket, you are simply wasting your time. So for me, that's what paying taxes to the Nigerian government means. We have been saying this on and on until their own person has now come out and stated that the taxes that Nigerians are paying, which is even a very huge burden on the impoverished Nigerian, that it is being mismanaged. The 2025 budget, most of the money is going to be borrowed. Most of the money that to fund 2025 budget is going to be borrowed, which means adding more debt burden to even our unborn children. Because this government is not growing the economy. The only way that they can get money that to run their government is by taxes and borrowing. Now, even the taxes that people are being forced to pay, they say that it is being mismanaged. Then why should we continue to pay? For me, it doesn't make sense. There's no accountability in this country. There's no transparency in this country. Therefore, paying tax to me is a waste of time.
Are you advising other Nigerians not to pay their tax as well?
I say I have told you my own opinion. If not that my tax is being deducted from stocks, I wouldn't pay. I will not pay because they have told you that there's no proper accountability of the taxes. They are not using it for any developmental thing.
But this same person that said, okay, those taxes have been mismanaged, he has also assured that the federal government intends to put an end to the situation where Nigerian businesses are forced to pay tax even when they're losing money.
Well, for the company that is losing money and still paying taxes, it means that they want the company to go under. Because in other countries of the world, when a company is losing money, what you should do is to provide incentive to revitalize it. Because that company is helping the government by creating jobs, by creating employment. You don't allow companies to die. But here in the country, they use multiple taxes to kill companies. They don't even care whether a company is making profit or is not making profit, but it must pay tax. So for me, it doesn't make any meaning.
You're listening to the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM Lagos. Right here, we are discussing issues that made the major headlines on the recap. That is what we do. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to find us on YouTube. We're streaming live. Head on over to YouTube, type into your search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can get to see what's happening in the studios live and direct. But Mr. Peter Naske, we know that there has been some voices of dissent against the tax reform bill. Would you explain to Nigerians how it could actually benefit them, some of the provisions in that bill?
The tax reform bill is an indirect way of restructuring of the country. Because an instance...
Restructuring the country or the tax system of the country?
Restructuring of the country. The main thing in the tax is about VAT. That is what is causing problem there. The new tax reform is saying that the people that are producing, understanding, should be getting more from the VAT. An instance, in Kanu, they have a Hishba, a kind of an organization.
Like a morality police.
That goes about destroying alcohol.
That's not the only thing Hisba does, Mr. Pizanoski. That's why I call them, like, it's more or less a morality place.
Anywhere they see bottles of beer, they will or destroy it. So, but these same people still get a VAT from alcohol. Then, but the Bible says that you cannot benefit from what you despise. You cannot benefit from what you hate. So if you don't like alcohol, you must not get a VAT from alcohol. An instance, if you go to Niger and Delta as we speak, oil has destroyed all their farmlands, all their rivers. They can hardly farm or hardly see water to drink. But the revenue that is accruing from there is being spent in other parts of the world. It doesn't other parts of the country. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. So what the tax is saying is that the hen that is laying those golden eggs should be allowed to enjoy some percentages of that egg. Understand me? But some people who don't want to be creative, some people who don't want to think outside that box, want to continue with reaping where they did not sow. Understand? They want to continue to reap what they did not sow, instead of trying to sow your own. I will always make reference with Nevada, state of Nevada in the United States. State of Nevada is in the desert region. They cannot farm there. So what they did is to turn it into a tourist center. Understand me? They build nice hotels, nice casinos. That's how Las Vegas become the casino capital of the world. So the billionaires from Texas, from California, who are into oil, after making money from their oil, they go to Nevada and spend that money. So through that, the people in Nevada will get a part of that oil money. Bauchi State is like Nevada. Understand? Bauchi State is fitted for tourism. So if you build a good hotels in Bauchi, the people in the Niger Delta cannot drink their oil. When they sell the oil, they'll go to Bauchi for enjoyment. From that, Bauchi people will be getting part of that oil money in Niger Delta. So people in Niger Delta shouldn't be struggling. No, people in Bauchi, in Gombe, in Kebbi shouldn't be getting the same thing VAT-wise with the people in Niger Delta. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why some governors are, even Zundum of Borno
State, yeah,
so that he is prepared for an outright war. Because if there's no without VAT, it will cripple their economy. They cannot pay salaries without VAT.
Would you say this is the reason why certain governors are actually comfortable with not producing anything in their states, or actually impacting the lives of the people in their states so that they can produce certain things that can move the state forward and better the lives of the people?
Number one,
like the way you talked about the Niger Delta having oil, you talked about Nevada channeling their resources into terrorism. There are different aspects, different industries, different sectors where these governors can actually channel their state resources in order to make sure that it is palatable, not just the citizens who are living there at that moment, but other Nigerians who want to visit the state. But also remember that most northern states are racked by insecurity at the moment.
Yeah, that's a fact. But one of the problems that they have is our constitution. One of the problems, some of the governors, their hands are tied by the constitution. Because of the constitution, they cannot touch the mineral resources in their own soil. Understand me? Because of the constitution, They cannot do a lot of things. There's no state in the country that is not self-sufficient. Assuming that the constitution would allow them one. And again, the governors are willing to think outside the box. There's no state in the country that cannot be self-sustaining. None. After all, the development that we witnessed between 1960 to 1966, when we have regions, when the regions can make use of what is in their own region, we have not had it from then up to now. Understand? In the 60s, we have a granite and pyramid in Kanu. We have a cocoa in the southwest. We have palm oil in the southeast. It is this that Zik used to build the University of Nigeria and Soccer. It is the palm oil money that Zik used to build the University of Nigeria and Soccer. It is the cocoa money that Awunowo used to build the University of Ibadan and Obafemi Awunowo University in Ife. It is the groundnut money that Sadwana used to build the ABU, Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. Understand me? But then we are practicing a different constitution, which allowed the regions, the components parts, to make use of the resources in their country. But after 1966, when we started practicing a unitary system of government, which are called totalitarianism, that's everything for the state and nothing against the state. The governors lost that power to make use of the resources in their country. Since then, we begin to practice an Almajiri system of government, where at the end of every month, governors will go to Abuja and will be given an allocation. So the governors can no longer think of how to generate money by themselves.
You're listening to the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. This is the recap where we discuss and analyze issues that made the major headlines during the week. Let's move on to the Port Harcourt Refinery's petrol price higher than Dangote's by 75 naira per litre. This was according to the Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron. They're saying that the Port Harcourt Refinery is selling at 1,045 naira per litre, while Dangote Refinery was selling at 990. And in fact, Dangote Refinery has reduced its oil to 970 naira. Now we're also getting reports that the Port Harcourt Refinery has reduced its price to 1,030 naira. Now what Petron and other oil marketers are saying is Dangote has would I call it a limit? You can only buy from 2 million liters upwards. You can't buy less than 2 million liters. But for Port Harcourt Refinery, you can buy as little or as much as you want.
Well, the issue is this: a game is going on. They just want to hand over the downstream sector to Dangote.
A game is going on. They want to hand it over to Dangote.
Monopoly.
Dangote already has his own refinery.
Monopoly.
So Dangote will administer his own refinery and Nigeria's national refineries. Although a day before the reports came that the Port Harcourt Refinery was already working, a day before that, yes, the presidency came out to tell us that we will soon privatize all of Nigeria's refineries. And many political analysts said that was the best way to make sure that it will work, as the private sector will take care of it better than the federal government ever has.
The Port Harcourt Refinery can never compete with Dangote Refinery. So what we are heading towards is a monopoly. Dangote is going to have a monopoly that's of PMS in this country, because there's nowhere somebody would leave petrol selling at 970 and buy one selling at 1,030. It doesn't make sense. So people are going to move towards that Ipman will only be buying from Dangote. Understand me? And once everybody is buying from Dangote, it is monopoly. Understand? So that's why I said that federal government and NPCA should continue to issue import licenses to those who have the capacity to import. We need as much competition as possible. because Port Harcourt refinery with around 60,000 this thing a day cannot compete with Dangote. Understand? Dangote can easily run Port Harcourt refinery out of business. Understand me? Even assuming that it is selling lower than Dangote. But in the real sense of it, there's no way something that is commonwealth, something that was built with our own taxes, will be selling higher than something that is privately owned. There's no sense there because Port Harcourt refinery is our own. It was built with our own money. So how can government products be cheaper than that of individual? So for me, I see it as a game to hand over the monopoly of the downstream sector to Dangote, which is what he has been working for on and on. Mind you, he has gone that to court and say, don't issue import licenses anymore, that they have all the capacity to supply Nigeria. Understand? So for me, we need as much competition as possible. There must not be monopoly in this sector. There must not be monopoly in this sector because NNPCL said that Port Harcourt refinery is producing at 90% this thing. Understand? So how can they be producing at 90% capacity? Why their output is only 60,000? It doesn't make any sense.
You're listening to the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. This is a recap where we discuss and analyze issues that made the major headlines during the week. Right now, we're talking about Petron, saying that Port Harcourt Refinery's petrol price is higher than that of Dangote by about 75 naira per litre. And according to the Petron, they're saying that, or rather, forgive me, according to a former chairman of IPMAN, because IPMAN, those are independent petroleum marketers, Petron, they are Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Association Owners of Nigeria. Former chairman of IPMAN, Dr. Joseph Obele, is saying that the Port Harcourt depot, they initially applauded the federal government for revitalizing the old refinery, but they're expressing concern that this pricing disparity between petrol supplied by the NNPCL and the Dangote refinery is not good for oil marketers. And so that is why across the nation, you would see people selling petrol at different prices. And even in Lagos, you would go to different filling stations and they're all selling at very different prices. Apart from this, right? The secretary of the Alessa Community Forum, where the Port Harcourt refinery is located, came out to tell Nigerians during the week that the fuel that they're saying they just refined is not true, that NNPCL lied to Nigerians, and instead that fuel had been in their tanks in that facility for the past 3 years.
Well, for me, when they say that they have started the refining, I said that it was a queue. I was doing a TV program then. I said that it was a queue. A queue is something that you don't expect, and it happened. Because a day before that, they were talking about privatizing Port Harcourt refinery. All of a sudden, we heard that it has started working. But the news yesterday said that the refinery has stopped. That was the news yesterday, that the Port Harcourt refinery that hadn't even worked up to a week has stopped. So that showed you that there's a lot that they are not telling us. There's a lot that Nigerians don't know. And even coming out that to sell and selling higher than Dangote does not make any sense. Coming out because with Dangote selling to IPMAN at 970, there's no way IPMAN will sell to the end users below 1,000 naira. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. That's why, since then, price of transport fare has not come down anywhere. It has not come. Nothing has come down to show that the Port Harcourt refinery is working. Things are still the same way.
So are you alleging that the NNPCL is lying to Nigerians?
They are lying, 100%. Why did a refinery that just started either on Monday or Tuesday. Yesterday we heard that it's no more functioning. What you have spent over $500 million to maintain. Understand? So they are deceiving Nigerians, and what they are working towards is a monopoly for Dangote. That's why I say import licenses should be given to those who have the capacity to import. If I want Port Harcourt Refinery to keep on working, Warri Refinery that's to start working, Kaduna Refinery that's to start working, then let them be importing. Because once supply is higher than demand, price will fall. There's no two ways about it. So if importers are importing, the one that is cheaper, Nigerians will start patronizing that one. Understand? But I know that NNPCL is deceiving Nigerians on Port Harcourt. That's my take.
All right, then. The phone lines will be open at about 5 p.m. so that we can hear your comments, your suggestions, your idea, and just so that we can hear what you have to say. This is the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Choma Innocent, and of course, Amina is also right here with us. And we have Mr. Peter Anaski on the other side of the table. He's taking the analysis segment right here on the recap. Let's move forward in the conversation today and talk about our very next topic, and that is the PDP, right? Otumba Shagun Shomi, who is a prominent politician and former spokesman for Atiku Abubakar, has stirred political waters. He has called for the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, that's the PDP, Umar Damagum, to make bold decisions such as chasing Wike out of the party, saying you have to sacrifice Wike for the greater good of the party. In short, let Wike go, nothing will happen. Yes, he's a heavyweight. Yes, he's one of the big wigs in the party. But if you let him go, if you sacrifice him, let him go and join whatever other party he wants to join, nothing will happen to the PDP. Do you agree with Otumba Shomi, Mr. Anotke?
I agree with him 100%. And if I'm the national chairman of PDP, understand? Wike would have gone a year ago. Wike wouldn't have remained in PDP 2 weeks after the presidential election. Understand? So, but because Damagu is working with Wike, and their vision or their mission is to destroy PDP. That's why Wike is still there. Because Wike has no reason to be in PDP. Understand? It is, even if Wike has 1 million members in PDP, let him go with his 1 million members. Understand? That is the only way to rebuild the PDP. You cannot rebuild PDP with hawks, egos, vultures, and so on and so forth. So for me, the chaff must be separated from the grain. The chaff must be separated from the grain. That's the only way PDP can move forward. The chaff must be separated from the grain, and the Wike is one of the chaffs in PDP. So there's no way they can rebuild PDP with Wike still remaining in PDP. It cannot happen. There's no way that they can rebuild PDP with Wike, with those so-called G5 governors, with Bode George, with Fayoshe. Those chaffs must be weeded away from PDP.
A lot of calls have been calling from outside the party for all of these people, especially Wike, who led the G5 to be out of the party, but yet the PDP has not taken any step, right? And you one would think that it is not just on the national chairman or the acting national chairman of the party to take action. Other people within the PDP, it's as if they are content with him being there. The calls have been coming mostly from outside of the party. If the PDP decides that they are okay with Wike and or everything that he has done or how he's been within the party, I mean, don't you think that at this point, political analysts, observers, and everyone alike should just leave the PDP to their fate?
For me, it is better that PDP has just 1 million trusted members than 100 million of wicked people. It is better that PDP has just 1 million trusted members, faithful members, than 100 million of wicked owned people. So for me, the only way that they can rebuild the PDP is to expel Wike and everybody that has worked against the party in 2023 presidential election. Without doing that, this party cannot move forward. Again, the acting national chairman of PDP is not a faithful member of PDP. He's not a devoted member of PDP. If he is, what is happening will not be happening. It is just about 5 days ago that he wrote to INEC to conduct election into River State House of Assembly for among the faction. Understand me? What he ought to have done more than a year ago. So he's not a dedicated member of PDP. So when you are counting those who should be on their way out, the acting national chairman of PDP should be among them. He should be among them. So I believe in what Showomi said. Let Wike go. Let Wike go. Let us see. Let them rebuild their party with their trusted and faithful people. You cannot put a lion, a horse, or understand me, a tiger in a room. There can never be peace in such a room. So the earlier that they are withered off, the better for the party.
All right, then. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent, and the voice you've been hearing belongs to Mr. Peter Anoske. We've been discussing and analyzing issues that made major headlines during the week. And right now, we've just talked about Otumba Segun Shomi, who is a former spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar, saying that the PDP needs to sacrifice Wike. Nothing will happen. The party will not collapse because Wike is not a part of the party. He's saying you need to sacrifice Wike for the PDP to actually stand and be that opposition party that it ought to be in Nigeria, the main opposition party in Nigeria. At this point, it seems that many Nigerians and political analysts and people who are interested in the affairs of the PDP, who may or may not be PDP members, are actually, it would seem that they're crying more than the bereaved. Because if the PDP is happy with what they have, if they don't have any problem with Wike, if they feel that he's putting the party on the map and putting it in the names of Nigerians, if they don't have any problem with the acting national chairman, then we should allow them conduct their affairs. I believe they know what they are doing. This same Otumba Segun Shomi, he made the remarks actually during the launch of the National Opposition Movement Coalition. He's saying that we need a strong coalition of opposition movement in Nigeria to unseat the ruling party and bring back governance to what it ought to be in Nigeria. Do you agree with him that an opposition coalition would take Nigeria from where we are right now and put us on the map again as a country to be reckoned with when it comes to good governance? Government
is about the people. Any government that is not about or the people is not government. Government is about the welfare of the people. And any government that is not about the welfare of the people is an evil government. So we need a coalition. One, it's not just to win power, but to be able to put the government on its toes. Anywhere there's no strong opposition, the government in power can do anything. So that's the importance of a strong opposition. To be putting the government on their toes, the government must not be comfortable. They must not relax. But when there's no opposition, the government will be comfortable. they would relax. They'll feel that all is well, that the people are happy.
All right.
So
then.
it's not just to take over power, understand, but to put a government on their toes. This is the importance of having a strong opposition. So I'm not just talking about PDP taking over from Tinubu in 2027 or whenever, but we need a strong opposition in the country to be checking the excesses of the government in power. That's what happens anywhere in the world.
With the Labour Party having its own internal wranglings, earlier today, Julius Abure came out to implore Obi, that's Peter Obi, who was the presidential candidate of the party in last year's election, and of course, Governor Alex Oti of Abia State, telling them, please come back and we need you to be members of this party. The court has affirmed me as the Labour Party chairman. There is no need for a caretaker committee. Come back and let us build this great party. So the Labour Party has its own internal wranglings. PDP has its. Which party now stands as that main opposition party as it is right now?
The Labour Party case is in court. Julius Abure should wait for the court to determine whether the caretaker committee should stand or not.
All right, then let's move on in the conversation this evening. Remember that at 5 p.m. on the dot, the phone lines will be open for you to share your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions with us right here on the program. When it's time, we'll be letting you know the numbers to call right here in the studio. My name is Chioma Innocent. You've been listening to Mr. Peter Anoski, and of course, Amina Ojalabi is right here with me. Amina, let's know the very next topic that we need to discuss.
So, Mr. Anosike, there is this news that the Nigerian Labour Congress has challenged aspects of the National Bureau of Statistics report going on that said that the country's unemployment rate decreased to 4.3% in the second quarter of 2024 compared to the 5.3% recorded in 2024. And the report also says that the employment to population ratio measures about increased to 76.1% in 2024. Do you think that these are fabricated figures?
I mean, do you think that those figures are right? Do you think that unemployment figure has come down?
Well, I'm putting out the question to you.
No, as a Nigerian, do you think that it has come down?
Am I supposed to answer that question?
Okay, let us start where we are now.
Okay.
This is an airport golden tulip. The management of airport golden tulip just about end of September sacked about 40 of their staff because the cost of running the hotel is becoming too much. Understand me? They are now spending more than 30 million on electricity per month. Understand? And upon that, they are buying diesel. They are spending more than 30 million on electricity per month. They are still buying diesel to complement the electricity. So how can such a company make a profit and employ people? So that's why they say that charity begins at home. So I'm telling you what happened in this hotel where VOP is. Understand? That's how it is in every other company in the country. No company is making profit in Nigeria as of today because cost of electricity is too high. Understand me? So cost of running businesses in Nigeria is too high. So how can people how can companies be sacking and the rate of unemployment be dropping? Does it add?
But this is the National Bureau of Statistics. You would think that they have actually done their investigations and to make sure that they got those figures right. And when you say no company, no organization in Nigeria right now is making profits, that a particular statement could also come under the microscope. There are different industries that would always boom. Remember during COVID, the nose mask industry was booming, right? So at every point in time,
none is booming now. So tell me, or the one that is booming now.
so where did the NBS get its figures from?
Well, MBS has been politicized.
Every institution in this country has been politicized.
I'm telling you, MBS has been politicized.
Because you have said before now that judiciary has been politicized. You have talked about some other sectors I cannot recall right now. So how would you say that National Bureau of Statistics has also been,
do you know anybody,
been politicized?
Anybody that got employment in the last 1 month? Do you know of anybody?
Well, I could give an affirmative answer to that.
Do you know of anybody? I mean, do you know of anybody that got a job in the last 1 month?
Let's not forget that they also mentioned that there's a working age population. So we're dealing with working age population that actually increased. So let's
increase where? In private or public sector? Most youths today are in the markets. Most youths today are in the market because companies are no more employing. Government is not employing. Private sectors are not employing. Most youths are now in the market hustling. Understand me? They have dropped their CV and just entered market and begin to hustle. So telling me that employment rate, that unemployment rate is dropping in Nigeria is the lie of the century. Even the man that published this thing don't believe it. The person that published this thing don't believe it. So anybody that is telling me that a country that is almost in war, insecurity everywhere, high cost of energy, high cost of transportation is employing, how can you employ? So for me, the person in charge of Nigeria Bureau of Statistics is a politician. He is an APC member, and he just wants to deceive all the world that Nigeria is doing well. But we know that our employment rate is one of the highest in the world, if not the highest.
If we've seen quite a number of people losing their jobs and a lot of people actually leaving the job market preferring to be entrepreneurs or because they don't have anything to do. During the business show this morning, we had someone call in and say their salary is about 50,000 naira and they cannot, their expenses for the month is about 48,000 naira, and of course you advise them to try to have, you advise that person, where I'm going is you advise that person to try to have a side hustle, right? So many Nigerians right now are not doing just one job. So many people are multitasking, doing one job in the daytime, another job in the night time, right? If figures from the NBS is coming out and saying unemployment has dropped, how then can we encourage the government to create jobs if they believe that the unemployment rate has dropped?
It is never the responsibility of government to create jobs. We should understand that. The role of government is to create enabling environment. That's the role of government, to create enabling environment, to reduce the cost of doing business. And one of them is by making by bringing into being no cost of energy. Understand me? An instance, if the management of Golden Tulip can be paying 10 million naira instead of 30 million naira as a cost of electricity in a month, they can employ. They will not sack. Understand me? If diesel can be selling 50% lower than what they are buying now, companies can employ. But in Nigeria, what is killing business is high cost of that's overhead cost. Companies are not making profit. Therefore, there's no way they can employ. But if government can create an enabling environment by making electricity that's stable and affordable, two things here: it has to be stable, it has to be affordable. Then create other infrastructures, put incentives. Unemployment will reduce because companies will begin to grow, and as they are growing, they are employing people. I want to use Nevada again. Nevada gave Elon Musk $1 billion tax holiday. $1 billion. Because why? He's going to Nevada to build a Tesla factory. And he's going to employ more than 20,000 people in that factory. Because in California, Tesla has more than 20,000 workers there. So now, state of Nevada say, come and build your factory here, we'll give you tax holiday worth $1 billion. So it is these incentives that encourages employment. Understand me? When somebody want to establish a business, you say you not pay tax for the next 5 years. This is what encourages businessmen. Then, in Malaysia, the number of workers that you have, the next tax that you pay. If you have 10 people working for you, that's a percentage of tax you will pay. If you have 20, that's a percentage of tax you pay because you are helping the government. You are helping the economy. But here, there's nothing like that in this country. So other countries are helping private businesses because they are employing people. But here, upon that, you are not making profit. Government is taxing you to death.
Okay, thank you so much for enlightening us more on that. And moving on, the story about Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed Biafran agitator facing allegations on terrorism-related activities in Finland, may now spend the Christmas and New Year breaks into detention. Now, the authorities in the country have disclosed that to us. And now the senior detective superintendent of the Finland's National Bureau of Investigation, Mikko Laaksonen, noted that the country's legal system does not permit bail. Now, should Nigerians be happy that initially it was stated that December 2nd, am I right? December 2nd was supposed to be the Biafran Day. Now, and this is in custody right now. Should Nigerians be happy that we won't be having that and is... Yeah, can you shed more light on that?
Well, assuming that he was not in prison, nothing would have happened on December 2nd. Because he told you that he's a content creator. That what he's doing is skits. Understand me? Somebody is doing skits and others thought that he is real.
Now, did you watch the video? Yeah, did you watch the video of where
there was a International Day of Biafran Declaration yesterday in Finland, and this is supposed to take place from December 29, which was yesterday, until December the 3rd. And while they were there, they raised his picture and they were showering encomiums, calling him their prime minister, their excellency, and all of that. In the same Finland where he denied being prime minister.
Do you know that Biafra came into existence on May 27, 1967. So that should be the Biafran Day, not December. Understand me? Nigeria became independent on 1st of October. So we celebrate our independence on 1st of October. So how can a country that became independent on May 27th, you are celebrating Biafra Day on December? This shows you, one, that they don't even know history. And again, the guy in court said that he is a content creator, a skit maker. So that Biafra is a skit. For me,
And the people that have died, the blood that has been shed, the people who have lost family members, the wanton destruction that has taken place is all part of the skit.
because some people believe that to be real. Because even when we were growing up those days, watching American movies, we thought that people actually die in the movies.
But this is not a movie, and we cannot
Understand?
equate it to that.
No, he told you that he is a content creator, that he is doing skits. So those that believe him and understand me are the fools.
We could see videos of some people calling themselves the ministers, the chief of staff and all of that. Do you think they are communicating with, or they have any communication with Simon Ekpa in prison? Because currently they are all gathered in Finland. And probably he must have been getting some informations, and probably there's a communication between his followers, alleged followers, and himself from the prison regarding December 2nd.
Most of us have been given fake promises, but we are intelligent enough that to know that it is a scam. Understand me? But the good news is that he's going to spend his Christmas and New Year in prison, and will be there till May when his trial will begin. Because what he's being accused of is terrorism, which is not bearable. Understand me? Terrorism is a national security offense. You don't give bail in such cases. So Simon Ekpa is going to spend it in prison. So let those who believe in him go there and celebrate the Christmas with him.
Why is it good news to you that he will be spending Christmas and New Year in detention?
Because he is an evil person. He's a terrorist.
That has not been proved. He has just been arrested
He is not supposed to be
on terrorism-related offenses. It has not been stamped. Investigation has not come out and say, okay, he is a terrorist. We have found him to have been responsible for this and that, according to the Finland courts.
It will be proved. It will be proved. So there's no discussion about that. He's not supposed to be walking free where good people are. So he's now where he is supposed to be.
His followers call him the good guy.
He's now where he's supposed to be. So let those who believe so much in him go and join him in that prison. Let them turn or the Finnish government, I want to stay with my mentor. I want to let all of them stay there. So the good news is that he is in prison, and he will continue to be in prison, and he is going to be found guilty of this terrorism charges, because there's evidences everywhere against him. Even Enugu State has already prepared their own evidence against him.
They had offered to actually share this evidence with the Finnish government on demand.
So there's no state in the southeast that doesn't have evidence against him, because when something happens, you claim responsibility. It simply means that you are behind it. So when soldiers were murdered in Aba, he claimed responsibility. When policemen were murdered in Enugu, he claimed the responsibility. So there are evidences everywhere that he's going to rot in the prison.
You're listening to the Voice of the People on 90.3 FM. This is the recap where we discuss and analyze the issues that made the major headlines during the week. My name is Chioma Innocent, and of course, Amina is right here. And across from us on the table, we have Mr. Peter Anosike. He's been providing the analysis right here on the recap. It's 5 p.m. on the dot. Time to open the phone line 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversation, but we'll be taking that as soon as we return from this break. So do stay tuned. The recap continues in a few minutes.
You have to know the past to understand the present. So, let's bring you up to speed on important moments in the polity that you might have forgotten.
Politics as normal have been suspended today.
Detailed review plus analysis of all the local
Senate moves to recover 6 trillion naira ground rent from property owners. Page 5.
and foreign stories that made the headlines during the week.
President Putin accepts defeat. President Putin keeps on coming back for more.
All of the intrigues.
PSF confirmed interest flow in store interim government.
Tension.
The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do now.
Suspense and political dramas.
This is a shining moment. I commend
The higgy haggers that took center stage just within the week.
You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic.
Join the conversation on The Recap every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. only on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Study the past if you want to define the future. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and passion for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people. Voice of the People.
You have to know the past to understand the present. So, let's bring you up to speed on important moments in the polity that you might have forgotten.
Politics as normal have been suspended today.
Detailed review plus analysis of all the local
Senate moves to recover 6 trillion naira ground rent from property owners. Page 5.
and foreign stories that made the headlines during the week.
President Putin accepts defeat. President Putin keeps on coming back for more.
All of the intrigues.
PSF confirmed interest flow in store interim government.
Tension.
The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do now.
Suspense and political dramas.
This is a shining moment. I commend
The higgy haggers that took center stage just within the week.
You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic.
Join the conversation on The Recap every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. only on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Study the past if you want to define the future.
You are tuned to the city's #1 super dial, Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
Welcome back. This is still the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. I've got Amina right here in the studios, and of course, Mr. Peter Anaske sitting on the seat of the analyst. And we've been discussing the issues that made the major headlines during the week. It's time for me to pick your calls. You know the numbers to call. Of course, I'll be reiterating it as well. But before that, let's take a rundown of the topics which we have discussed today. First of all, we talked about Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, who is the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, saying that the federal government is mismanaging taxes. That we have more than 60 taxes and levies being collected across the country from businesses with nothing to show for it. And of course, we talked about Petron, saying that Port Harcourt Refinery's petrol price is higher than Dangote's price, even though Port Harcourt Refinery recently, just about yesterday, reduced their price from 1,045 naira per litre to 1,030 naira per litre. But either ways, the Dangote Refinery is selling for 970 naira. And of course, Ipman and Petron are saying they cannot be buying for this price. It is too high for them. If we buy at 1,045 naira per litre, how much are we going to sell? If we buy at 1,030 naira to Nigerians, how much will we sell? How much will we sell to Nigerians if we are buying at this price? And of course, we looked at Otumba Shegun Shomi, former spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar, saying PDP must let Wike go. Nothing will happen. The PDP will not collapse if Wike is not part of it. It is time to actually send Wike away from the party. It is time to give him the boot, give him his sack letter, and let him be gone. And of course, we looked at the NLC tackling the NBS, that is the National Bureau of Statistics, on the unemployment rate report. You recall that the NBS released a report saying that unemployment in Nigeria has reduced drastically, and NSC is saying that is not the case at all. And finally, we looked at Simon Ekpa to spend Christmas in prison, Christmas and New Year, as a court in Finland has set May 2025 as the deadline for the prosecution to bring charges against him. Yes, this is what we discussed. So call me up 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903. On WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338, 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. Send me a message. We're streaming live on YouTube. Leave a comment on YouTube, a reasonable comment on YouTube, and of course we'll be reading it out. Also send your messages to our WhatsApp lines and we'll be taking it. Who's my first caller for the day? Welcome to the recap and good evening. Please keep your comments short and simple, keep it polite, keep it civil, and make sure to turn down or turn down the volume of your radio set or turn it off completely. All right. Welcome to recap. Hello? And good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Chidi. I'm calling from Ababa.
Chidi. All right. Your location is quite noisy. All right. Make it faster, right?
Yeah. I've left the place. Mr. I greet you. You are doing a very good job.
Thank you. Thank you. He can hear you.
Yeah. So what I want to ask, there's something that is confusing me. Can somebody take, because of what we watch Twitter has been doing on the social media, because of that, you now go and buy a gun of about 1.5 million, which is sold at by AK-47, to go and kill a fellow human being because of what you watch on the social media? So confusing. I don't even understand this issue of Simon Ekpa because of the way Mr. Peter described. Give us information about him. So I need more clearance. I don't understand.
All right, thank you. Yes, please go right ahead. I think he's talking about influence.
Well, that's this brainwashing. This is brainwashing. A lot of people, and then a lot of things on the social media. Understand? There's a lot of brainwashing going on the social media, and when people are brainwashed, they will go and put what and then into practice. The first person that shot Donald Trump got that thing from the social media. Because people are saying that Donald Trump was enemy of democracy and so on and so forth. So when people are brainwashed that's on the social media, they will go and begin to act all those things real. So it happens.
All right, then welcome to the recap and good evening. What's your name and location, please? Turn down the volume on your radio set before you give me a call, all right? Welcome to Recap. Good evening. Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Welcome to VOP. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
I like your voice. You have a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Chama,
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
I want my people to know that after Peter Nosike said that it is brainwashing. I don't know why Igbo should easily be deceived like that. The last caller said, now carry AK-47, shoot. Look at what happened that killed the brother of Uchidi, Popo, Aki and Popo, the brother. In Imo State, they killed 38 people. Just to enforce it at home, they were shooting sporadically. And this young man died. So many people died that traveled to the Imo State to celebrate their Christmas. I wanted to know that this IPOB of 18, this Biafra of 18 now that I was listening to Nandi Kanu very well. I was listening to Nandi Kanu. His lawyer approached the United Nations. And United Nations told him that they don't attend to individuals. They should look for a country. Nandi Kanu was looking for a country that will go and stand for them at the United Nations. Because amalgamation of Nigeria expired in 2014. Every country he approached, they told him that they have a very good relationship with Nigeria. They don't want to lose it. This is what the whole country we are telling Nandi Kanu. The Biafra of 18 is not easy. Even if Nandi Kanu is the president of Nigeria, he cannot divide this country. When they divided USSR, they did not shoot one bullet, not by violence. And the way Nandi Kanu was approaching this thing before Buhari came and started killing, that made them to form ESN, they became just like that. So everybody that is listening, all the people in diaspora, not supporting Simon, but they should stop sponsoring people to buy bullets and buy guns. They cannot form government like that. You cannot gather boys that are taking in Kurumbiri. They buy guns and start shooting their people, say you are forming government. Go to police station, bomb police station, kill people, kill soldiers, kill it. You cannot form government like that. Today, if the Biafra will be formed, it will just be in a very quiet and peaceful way. Nobody can withstand it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. I really, really appreciate it. That was a wonderful contribution. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Good evening, Choma.
Hi.
I'm Mr. Amade. I'm calling from here in Lagos.
Thank you for calling.
I want to greet all of you in the studio.
Thank you so much.
My dear, I am an Igbo man. Nobody will ever brainwash me. After all, I joined this struggle of the thing, the freedom something. I joined it in 1999 with Owazwiki. Then I stopped joining them in 2003. I say I must be a Nigerian. All we have to do is to make sure that we work with other tribes. Work for a better Nigeria. See, anybody that is an elected Nnamdi Kanu is just trying to make a mistake. Sometimes I watch some of my Igbo brothers when they talk, Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any offense. He did not. The only thing that the court is using to free him is that rendition from Kenya. Every other thing, every other allegation, he committed all the atrocities that is alleged. Is it the insult? When Wazirike was there, let every Igbo man listen to me. When the Wazirike was there, Wazirike never insulted the federal government. Wazirike, they were killing their members. He never asked the members to carry guns or to kill anyone or to do that kind of a thing. So, or when when Wazirike is being incarcerated, the members never shut down the Southeast or kill anyone. During the sit at home, there is just an enlightenment. They never ask anyone to forcefully to close their shop or they kill anyone. Oh, then the Kanu announced this atrocity that is going on. He can never go free from it. The Igbo say that is like it now is caused by Nnamdi Kanu. Other Simon Ekpa are the members. Let me tell you the simple truth. You can never, we are educated. Nobody will ever form any security organization, even in a community, without aligning with the government. Even the traditional ruler, if you want to form any security outfit, you must get permission from the traditional ruler. Surplus of a country. How can you form a ESN with without the government authorization. That is anarchy. He brought in anarchy in the southeast, and they are blaming Hope Uzodinma. So Hope Uzodinma will fold his arms and watch them. They take over everywhere. No, now, if you go to some community like Olo, hello, are you there?
I'm with you.
Yes, we're with you.
And if you go to some community in Olo, you will see the ESN. They are enforcing laws and other things. They are judging matters. If you dare go to police to involve police, you will be killed. If you criticize IPOB, it's not IPOB that is doing all this. Go there and criticize them, you will be killed. Just make an inquiry. This is what I'm telling you. During the August meeting, there were 3 women that went to August meeting. They were talking against the people that called Shefu Muhammad. People were being killed. Go and check. A lot of people have been killed. We are there Fulani that came to kill those people. We are there the military. We brought in the military. That is anarchy. It started from one man in Olo when they formed the ESN. The man that was enforcing it, the commander, is from Olo. So they killed the military. The military came looking for those people that killed their men. So this is what happened. They resisted them, and they are still into that resistance,
Thank you, Chief.
Any place they kill, hello,
I can hear
any
you.
place they kill, I want to enlighten most of our Igbo brothers and sisters. Sometimes they will come to the studio, they will be talking what will divide this country, inciting problems, inciting wars, what we cause wars. See, all these people that are talking this did not witness any war, or during the Civil War, they did not witness it. No need for us to fight any war. Even if we want to divide, if we are not happy again, let us come to the round table and discuss it. Not all the things. I'm saying the simple truth I'm telling you. Until our people stop doing all these things, some of them that have been brainwashed, if you try to tell them the truth, they will not listen to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
As if that Biafra is only for the Igbos. Biafra is not only for the Igbos.
Thank
we
you.
have the Libyans. We have a Jaws. We have other things.
Thank you so much for your call. We need to hear from others as well, all right? Let's hear from other people. Thank you so much for your call. It's 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. You can also send a message on WhatsApp to 0817 175 6338 0817 175 6338. Yes, send us a message. We'll be taking it. We're streaming live on YouTube. All you need to do is head on over to YouTube and type into the search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can get to watch us live and direct. If you leave your comment on YouTube, reasonable comment, and of course we'll be taking them. Thank you so much. Welcome to hello, are you there? All right then, welcome to Recap. Good evening. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi, are you there? What's your name and location, please?
Good evening. My name is Mr. Marcel Atukwe. I am calling from Agodo.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my sisters and Barrister.
Thank you for
I want to talk about the refinery issue.
Please go ahead. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay. What I want to say about this refinery issue, I think there's a lot of corruption in petroleum and energy in Nigeria. If we are talking about this refinery, the refinery has not started working since many years ago. Now it started working. No announcement, nothing from the president about it. He's overseas, really fine and good. But if that should be the case, anywhere they want to bring fuel for Nigerians, let them make it affordable. It's not by them opening a refinery, their owner is more costlier than private companies that is Dangote owned. It's very, very bad. It's not good. What is in our backyard? We are spending money more than any other country to get it. I am advising if there is a way, even if they want to go to heaven or earth to go and bring the heaven or hellfire to go and bring TLS or petroleum products, let it be affordable for Nigerians. That is what I want to say.
Thank you so much.
You understand?
Thank you so much. Thank you for your call. Hello, are you there? Thank you so much for your call. I really appreciate it. I think many people who are not watching on YouTube, who are listening online, cannot tell the difference between Barrister Darlington, Mr. Anosike, and Barrister Anosike. Mr. Anosike is not a barrister, okay? So when you call him barrister, just know that he's not the one. And we have here Mr. Peter Anosike. My name is Chima Innocent, and of course, we have Amina right here as well. Call me up 0700 903 903 903.
And of course, we'll be taking the WhatsApp messages right now. This one says, pleasant evening, Chioma and Mr. Peter. I strongly agreed with NLC saying rate of unemployment has reduced. And this is a false statement from National Bureau of Statistics. I think we've talked past that. Says, and issue of PDP party to eject all the bad eggs. I don't think that will work because we're practicing money bag politics in this country. Don't be surprised. The bad egg will surely have his own followers among those planning to eject him out of the party.
All right, then. Let's take this call. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Odile. I'm calling from Ikere.
Welcome. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yes, I've been a listener, but why I'm calling, there's somebody that says his name is Timothy. These are the people that are following Igbos, like Brother Anosike is saying. And that man, I bet either is not an Igbo man or an Masop. Masop, if he Masop, they have a way they will kill him and the candidate. Look at what that man is saying. It is only that this station is point for the people. There are some people that will be saying one of the office. That man is not an Igbo man. How can he say that all atrocities that the kind committed it? He returned that he joined them when he was 1917 also. He's a Masop man. Masop never see anything good in Nandekani. So it's unfortunate.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your call. We talked about quite a range of topics, right? Of course, you are allowed to speak on any topic that you want, but also I really need us to look at all the other topics that we have also looked at. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. This is the recap right here on Voice After People 90.3 FM. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Hi, welcome. What's your name and location, please? I didn't hear you. What's your name and location?
My name is Godswill. I'm calling from Yanabaja.
Welcome.
Greetings to the side of people.
He greets you too.
Hello?
He greets you too.
So, yeah. So, what I'm trying to say is that about the Salmonella and the Biafra problem, which is trying to do. So, what is doing is on his own. And no one that enter his house, you start to catch the rat, you first find the place that the rat follow enter your house before you can be able to catch the rat. If not, another rat will enter even if you see the one. So meanwhile, Nigerian government, they're supposed to fight against the thing that brought all this type of agitation in this regional state. If there was another person is taking to come out. So let Nigerian government try their best to close the way that the cause of all this taboo. So that's what I'm trying to say. I guess on the NFPC, Nigerian government are always lying to us that this is existing. They always like us that this will happen. All those things they are doing and God is watching them. They think that all the money they are making, they will carry to go to heaven.
So even when they said the first time that the refinery was working, you did not believe. All right, then, thank you for joining us. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903.
Good evening. This is the recap. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Emeka. I'm calling from my mother.
Emeka, welcome to the show.
Please, permit me to use this opportunity to let you know something that is happening in Olu. Actually, I'm from Olu. Last year, that is 2013, 2023, right? September. One good evening. My mother sent my younger brother on an errand to a neighboring village. I'm from Akata, precisely, and the neighboring village is Amazo. Let me be specific here. They said Ebu Bible took that boy. Since 2023 till this time I'm talking to you, I've called everybody I know, went to every office I know in Owerri.
just to know whether the boy is alive, what is his offense, what did he do, is he still living, what is wrong. All to that, sir. Some months ago, somebody connected me. I lived in Lagos. I left to Lagos to DSS office over there. They told me to write a letter directed to director of DSS, which I did. Up to now, there is no reply to them. My mother keeps calling me every day. I don't know anybody. I've tried all I could. For more than 4 years, I cannot go to village. My elder brother died, and my mother said, if you come back to the village, I will jump to me. For me, say, well, I will jump in there and die. There's no living young man in my village or deserted. So that is not my problem. My problem is, help me and ask Ebubagu, the Imo State government, if my brother is dead, let us bury him in our own way. If he's alive, let us. He has a family. If he has committed a crime that is liable to punishment according to the law, let him be punished. Our own is, we want to know where is he. What did he do? Please, I'm begging.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your call. It's quite heartbreaking, Mr. Peter Anosike. And this is what people who do not support Simon Ekpa or Nnamdi Kanu or what's going on in the East, this is what they mostly talk about. And that is why I continue to say that people who have lost loved ones in all of this that is happening in the Southeast would not be supporting this.
Well, for me, what did he say that the person that called him told him? He said that somebody called him and he has to go to over and write to DSS. What did that person tell? I didn't get that side very well. Was he told that his brother is there or what?
He said he was just told that Ebubagu has his brother, that they are the ones that took him, but he does not know why his brother was taken or why he's still in their custody or even if he's living or not.
Well, that's Imo State is not safe as we speak because all these people who are they are acting under different influences. Understand? So Imo State is not safe now until they bring law and order in the state and nobody knows what is really going on, especially in Ondo. And Ondo is even where the governor comes from. So I wonder why insecurity should be more where the governor comes from than the other parts of the state. That's why it's been said that some people are behind it. And I remember what Abacha said, if murder lasts beyond 24 hours, that understand if somebody is killed and within 24 hours the person is not found, that government has a hand in it. So a lot
if
of
a person
people
is killed anywhere or in certain conditions,
is killed and is not found out within 24 hours, the government has a hand in it. This is what Abacha said.
0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. This is a recap. We definitely want to hear from you. It's 5:30 right here on the number one station that gives you a voice. Call me up very soon. We'll be taking your messages on WhatsApp. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? Welcome to the recap.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
My name is H.N. from Ebeda.
Welcome, please. You have a few minutes.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My sister, I'm quite disturbed about the incident happening in South East. The most important thing that is so conflicting with others. These people will say they are in support, these people will say they are not in support. It's so disheartening that you cannot even travel home, not especially at this period. I'm appealing to the federal government to see a way to solve this problem once and for all. You see, as my brother already said, if the hand of this government that is not inside this room, there's no way all this thing will continue because the government does not have the power to do this.
Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903.
Hello, good afternoon.
This is the recap. What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Shika. I'm calling from Alagbado. Please help me to ask the town of Shika. If a particular people, section of people fought after 25 years or 30 years, and they are still asking for the same thing, in the United Nations that they should be given that thing. Because they have fought in 1967 and they're almost 50 years now. And that is not, are they not eligible or qualified to live? I came from their state. Where Nandi came from? All the man calling Nandi a lot of names. In my place, nothing is happening there. No problem. No one is killing each other. We checking and bringing ESN. I'm telling my sister, most of us will die. People are not killing us in our bushes. I know the way this man is criticizing my own brother. Well, it's a little man too like me. In my place in other state, nothing is happening there. That Imo state you are seeing, something is wrong there.
Thank you. Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to Recap. Good evening. Give me a call back. Definitely want to hear from you. You can call me on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. Send a message or give me a WhatsApp call. Okay, I definitely want to hear from you. This is the Recap, and we are discussing the issues that made major headlines during the week. Amina is here as my co-host, and of course we have Mr. Peter Anosike right here.
Good evening. This is the Recap. What's your name? Please reduce the volume of your radio. You can do two things at the same time. Hear your voice and hear your opinion. What's your name?
I can hear you. Go right ahead.
This is Mr. King calling from Okoko area.
Okay.
Please, I want to say something over the man that called last time. The fourth person, he said that if people need, they should come to round table with the government of the day. Who is going to give him that chance? People are shouting for them to call. Let there be dialogue, but they refuse. I'm not saying that violence is the best answer, no. But what I'm trying to say is the government of the day should cool down and call people, you understand? What is happening in Southeast today is not the best. Please, let them to cool down and call the people so that they can go into round table in order to save souls. Good evening. And another thing, please, I want to ask a question. So, Mr.
He can hear you, Mr. Anosike. Yes, he can hear you.
Yeah. Please, I want to ask. I asked my wife yesterday to Congo, you understand, and find out about the man over there in Finland that they are putting his last week. And after Congo, you understand, the Congo revealed that they have released him. You understand? They said they have released him. So
wait, come again. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the man over there in Finland.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what Google told you, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to Recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi there. What's your name and location?
Hello, good evening.
Hi.
Good evening.
My name is Ifan from Ikodu.
Welcome.
Yeah. See, my own is I want to talk about this. What is happening in Southeast? You know, this issue of Southeast, I'm not praying for bad things, will continue until we sort this problem from the root. What is the real cause of this killing and all these things? People are not talking about it. What they are talking about is the killing and this person is bad, this person is bad. What started it? Nnamdi Kanu was given a bail in 2017. He went to his own village. After going there, those soldiers went there to kill him and he escaped. Now, I have a video where people, just because they were protesting, that the Southeast were...
Hello, are you there? Hello? Give me a call back. Definitely want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chama Innocent, and of course, we want to hear from you. Welcome to Recap. Good evening.
Chama, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location? We have Amina and Mr. Anosike here.
Amina,
good evening to you.
My name is Jova Chama. Mr. Peter Anosike, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
I'd like to hear your voice.
He's greeting you.
Yeah, Mr. Anosike, I heard you. I greet you, sir. Choma, we have been calling on WhatsApp and it's ringing, but it's like it's not getting to you. Maybe you do something.
Apologies about that.
That's number one. Then number two, Choma, the person that cast that headline that Simon Ekpa will be doing Christmas in the cell, Abi, that person did not also remember that he will also do Easter in that place. So if the case is coming up in next year, he would have also done it.
Jova, we're struggling to hear you.
I said the person that cast the headline that will do Christmas
You forgot to add Easter because of the May 2025 date, right?
Because Easter will come up before that May. So it's a long time there. And also, whatever will make peace to return to the southeast, which has always been a very peaceful place, we should go ahead and do it. We must not allow southeast to be a troublemaker. Then let me speak about this fanfare, I call it fanfare, voodoo with our NNPC or NNPCL. You see, it was here in this country under Muhammad Buhari's administration that this NNPC deceived Nigerians with Nigerian air that never existed. Till today, nothing has happened. The plane and deceived everybody in this country. That is what is now. Nothing is happening to that. The whole money gone down the drain. We must not allow this to happen. Why is it that you said the NNPCL is now, Port Harcourt Refinery is refining petroleum products? In the next few days, they are telling us that it's only blending. Maybe Mr. Certificate could explain to us the meaning of blending. Obviously, it means it cannot refine a cup of petroleum products as we speak. And this is something that the government tell us. This same refinery, since last year, Mele Kyari has been telling us that this refinery was going to work in August, if you remember, Choma, and November. Now we are in December. They are telling us lies. I wonder why the president is keeping him there. This would make me to believe that the president is not fighting corruption in any way, because if he fights corruption, people like that man, Kyari, should have gone a long time ago. And this to other, yes, they should have gone. And that leads me to believe that the president is doing nothing. He's fighting no corruption, but he's enjoying himself. John Ketty.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903.
Good evening.
Hello.
This is the recap.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I called back. My name is Ifan from Ikorodu.
1 minute, please. 1 minute.
What I'm talking about is this Simon Ekpa issue. You know, everybody is blaming Simon Ekpa, but why did this thing started? This killing of issue started. It was when Buhari, the elder from the east, went to him and asked him to release him, and he refused. He said until court gives the final judgment, and court gave the final judgment to release him. Buhari still refused to release him. That was what started this sit at home, and from that sit at home, that was what started this killing.
Thank you.
They should solve this problem for the rule, releasing Nnamdi Kanu so that they will be peace there. They refused. The only thing they are blaming Nnamdi Kanu, blaming Simon Ekpa. Well, let's hear what we told their complaint.
Thank you. Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, Choma. How are you doing now?
I'm great. What's the name allocation? We have Amina, Mr. Peter Anoski here.
Joe from Bariga.
Welcome, Joe.
Welcome, Joe.
Choma, I'm always on issue of this petroleum. This petroleum, God gave it to us. Free. Give it good. Free. Give us lithium. Free. In large quantity. Gas. In Imo State, so large. Free. Nobody is tapping it. The ones they are tapping in the Zamfara gold, the lithium they are tapping in Nasarawa, the Kwara, none of them, they are putting it to their private purse. But this PMS, God give it to us. Say, make when I use that comfortably. Now, when I give you people. Why are they selling for 1,000, above 1,000, 1,000? Why is this? What is happening to us? And we kept silent. We sat on our comfortable home and they call it and they pampering them. It's so good though. I have talked and I will continue to talk. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Do we go and meet this man? Do we go and meet Baba Tinubu? Match to him and tell him, look, we can't be suffering for what God gives us free. Gift of God, and we are suffering about poor in Nigeria. I don't know if us keep silent. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your call, Joe, for calling. Thank you for calling all the way from Bariga. I think we'll take 2 more calls and we'll call it today right here on the recap.
Good evening. This is the recap. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. This is Chukuje. I greet everyone in the studio.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The truth of the matter is, from whatever that is happening, I discovered some certain things in the East. And I'm calling from Iowa.
Welcome.
Thank you. So, I went to East recently, even though I have been going. Because of what our people are saying here, that is what I want to clarify them pertaining this IPOP and rest of them. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has people that are kind of obeying his order. And Nigeria government as well has infiltrated, like they have sent their own agents, which they are causing much havoc in the east side. Discussing themselves as maybe IPOP and rest of them. But from the discovery and the rest of them, I discovered that these guys who are working for Nnamdi Kanu, they are not causing issues. I can use my village as an instance to tell you. Now, how many times, there are many, like, government has sent soldiers many times to these guys in the bush where they are lodging. And the purpose of them being in that bush is to curb these nomadic violence, to stop all these herdsmen that are killing our people and all those things. Because if not of these guys, our elders wouldn't have been farming. They would not have anything in the bush today. But these guys has helped them, that they even interact with those elders. Now, the Nigerian government has sent troops of soldiers many times into the bush to arrest these guys, to annihilate them. But unfortunately, those guys will be in the bush and know that they are coming. They will just kind of quietly keep somewhere. After the military parade and all those things, they will go. Even, let me shock you, I don't know that sometimes that military people will even go into some area and start shooting. That is seeing any target and all those things. And after doing those rubbish in the bush, they will come out and start sacking our village. That sometimes they will start taking a youths bike that they want to go with them and all those things. And before you know it, youths will gather and all those things. Like, why are they taking our bike? Why are they using and all those things? Before you know it, then we start escalating, causing issue and all those things. So what I'm saying is that the truth of the matter is that Nnamdi Kanu has done a lot of good to our elders, to our people, by setting up some guys that are helping us. Government is as well
helping you to do
doing
what?
a lot of havoc on that ground.
Helping you to do what? What are they helping you to do, the people?
They are safeguarding our people. I must tell you that.
All right, then we can't take any more calls today. Let's take some WhatsApp messages instead. Thank you so much for joining us so far. We are very close to ending the program. It's almost 6 p.m. Thank you so much. On YouTube, we have just very few reasonable comments on YouTube, and I'll be taking them. Valentine Chinaka on YouTube says, well done, Choma, Amina, and Mr. Anosike. I'm one of your ardent listeners. You're doing a good job. Chinaka from Isolo. Thank you so much, Chinaka, for your message. We surely do appreciate you. All right, heading on over to WhatsApp. This person says, good evening. Greetings, VOP radio family. I'm ND from North Korea. You said waiting?
North what?
I'm ND from North Korea. My humble request, Nigerian government, please grant Igbos a referendum for self-determination. Let them choose their path. Wishing you all a wonderful day. I mean, I'm so glad I finally get to see your face in VOP radio today. You're shining bright. I can't help but notice. Your smile is radiant. You don't talk another thing, no?
Okay.
You can't be in North Korea and be talking like this. You sure that North Korea, they be the joke. Who be this? Wow.
Let's keep that.
I don't think there's any living mortal that is a worse terrorist. No, I'm not going to read this message. Sorry about that. Good evening, VOP family. Choma, we know Mr. Peter is not a barrister, but he's our own barrister. Leave and make with the call him the barrister. I want to ask Mr. Peter, is Simon Ekpa a freedom fighter? You've been listening to everything he has been said and you still ask this. Choma, I love the second voice I'm hearing. What is her name so that I will bring yam? Not be only yam, bring potato too. My name is Angel Kwerenge from Alagbado. Have a wonderful weekend and bless new month tomorrow. Thank you so much, Angel Kwerenge, for writing us all the way from Alagbado. Amara Chuku, okay. Good evening, Chioma, Mr. Anoski and Amina. Please, I beg you in the name of God, federal government should stop telling us lies because some of us are allergic to their lies. What kind of society are they building? We are tired of their yahoo. First, it was fake bishops. Secondly, rice pyramid. Thirdly, Nigeria Air. Now, refineries. Must we build on the foundation of lies? Ezekiel from Ejigbo is asking, the biggest mistake that those fighting for Biafra so-called is when they started sit at home by forcing the people to sit at home without any welfare for the people. And at the same time, they're killing the same people they claim to protect. The biggest question they fail to ask themselves is it the people they are killing that will give them Biafra? They are just the enemies of the Igbo people, period. Chinemere from Agbara. All right, I'm sorry we can't take voice messages on WhatsApp. We definitely cannot. I don't know what you want to say, but if you say something that's not supposed to be said, all right, just send a message and we'll read it out. Good evening, POV. How you take turn VOP to POV? Anyway, that's your own POV on VOP. My name is Ndo. It's a shame that upon all the intellectual wise men and women in Niger, we all open our eyes watching just few people playing on the intelligence of all Niger people. I am so disappointed. Good evening, Madam Chioma, Amina, and Mr. Anosike. But Harcourt Refinery, scam. Under someone's control, what is so special about Wike? For me, Wike is a normal person like everyone in PDP. If they can do it, they should let him go for peace. Thank you, Levinus from Onikpano. And actually, thank you, Linus, because we discussed a number of issues, but people seem to be focusing on just one or two. John from Ijaniki says the PH Refinery now scam. Oh, first they put a higher price. Later they said the product is only for NNPC petrol station, that they are not selling to major marketers. Finally, it has stopped working after 2 days. This is another version of Nigeria Air. Then look, even with the plan at gagging the media and people, it is the piece of the graveyard described by the late MKO as the governorship candidate of the... Okay. This one not follow for what we discuss now. Toshkwa Dele Thompson. This one not follow for what we discuss. Okay, he said, good evening. To provoke the debate to hear Nigerians' reaction as expected, to me has become rhetoric. As a result, outdated and should be reviewed to not lose its essence. Because you encourage the people to talk from fear of your knowledge of the... Shoma, good evening. Mr. Peter Anoske, good evening. I'm Jerry from IBA. The news concerning Port Harcourt Refinery working is a scam. I don't trust whatever APC government are saying anymore because they are good and deceiving Nigerians. Good evening, Mr. Anoske and Shoma. Kudos to the government regarding the professional tactics deployed in arresting Simon Ekpa, sponsor and leader of IPOB. They should, in the same fashion, swing into action in apprehending the sponsors and leaders of Lakurawa, Boko Haram, and other bandits responsible for the heinous acts in society. Until that is done, they are indisputably answerable to the unprovoked attacks and incessant killings in the land. Number 2, water everywhere, not any drop to drink. We are not celebrating the 101 refineries surrounding the country. Rather, we are interested in celebrating the economic impact, usefulness, and the affordability of the petroleum products in our own soil, Nigeria. Price pegged between 150 to 250 for PMS should be considered. Number 3, I'm currently going through depression and emotional trauma as the spirit of business is dwindling. The business moguls are exiting Nigeria in droves, mused in all honesty. Chisco from Ijegun, Ijagemo, grading road. Them say they grade on a road, Chisco. Anyway, at least it's no longer Jaga Road. But Harcourt Refinery, believe this government at your own peril. Nigeria Air Rice Pyramid and disbursement of cash transfer are still fresh and cannot be forgotten in a hurry. Lie begot lies. Very soon, Nigerians will realize that they are going somewhere unknown to them. Chika Bende from Trade Fair in Lagos. Thank you so much. Congratulations to one of the pride of Nigeria's investigative journalist, Fisayo Shoyombo. All right, I believe this is Ola Adewale from the UK, or is it from the USA now? Thank you so much for your message. Truly do appreciate it. Choma, why are you jealous of Amina?
Okay.
Yeah, not serious. Good evening, Choma. Those people that are speaking against Nnamdi Kanu, I'm telling them that evil. Oh, honestly, when you want to send a message or when you want to call, keep it polite and keep it civil, right? Somebody called and gave their opinion. If you want to write, if you want to call, do that and give your own opinion, okay? If you are using insultive and abusive words, it just shows that there is a lacuna. It shows that such a person has a warped mindset. It shows that there is what one could call a vacuum in the thinking faculty that can only spew abusive words rather than actually countering opinions with facts and figures. So when someone gives their opinion, the best thing to do should not be to come and then abuse them because you don't like what they said. Please don't do that. Chama, IPOB is the root of all evils in Igbo land. From my village, ESN extortionists are calling me here in Lagos, asking me to pay or my house will be burnt. The day that IPOB was formed was the beginning of the downfall of the Igbo man. You didn't tell me your name or where you're writing from, all right? But still, thank you for your message. We surely do appreciate you. All right, then it's about time for us to leave the studios right now. I must thank you for joining me all the way from 4 p.m. until right now, right here on The Recap. Mr. Peter Anoske, we've discussed on quite a number of issues, and I just want to ask you to give us your concluding thoughts on these issues.
What I want to say is that the Adeyemi, who is in charge of MBS, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, should make sure that he stop playing politics with the agency. It is wrong. This is a very vital agency that people depend on, both Nigeria and abroad. We should make sure that we are getting the actual figures. He shouldn't be
the accurate figures.
playing politics with Nigeria Bureau of Statistics.
All right. What about the other topics?
Well, on the issue of Simon, but I wish that he would be there, not just spending Easter, but he will be there forever and ever. That's my wish.
Okay. All right, then. You have been listening to Recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chima Innocent. And of course, Amina is here. Amina, thank you so much for joining me. And of course, Mr. Peter Anoske, thank you so much for your analysis on this issue of unemployment. Amina, I just want to pick your brain a little. Let's talk about the fact that if the NBS is coming out to say that unemployment rate has reduced, this is an agency that should actually know. But the NLC, which is the Nigeria Labour Congress, who are actually into labor, they know what it's like in the labor market, and they're coming to tell us that that is not the case. They've challenged all the aspects of this report. Whom would you believe between the NLC and the NBS? Knowing that the NLC directly works with labor and the NBS, of course, they are into statistics.
Well, in my own opinion, none. Actually, I'm not going to believe any one of them because NLC, like he said, NLC is politicized and NBS is also politicized. So I'm not going to believe any of them. That's my opinion.
All right, then. Time for us to go. Thank you so much for joining us right here on The Recap. My name is Chioma Innocent. As usual, The Recap will make a return same time, same station next week. Thank you for riding with us right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Coming up shortly is World News at 6. I just want to tell you, remember, that it's not just about what your country can do for you. You have to think about what you can also do for your country. While we try to talk about the government and what they are not doing right, make sure that you are doing it right in your own little corner of Nigeria to make Nigeria better for others. Have an amazing evening.